What if I told you that one of the fastest ways to make money can also be one of the slowest ways to become wealthy? Sounds backwards, right? We live in a world obsessed with speed. Make money fast. Flip the investment. Sell the business. Double your money. Get rich before you're 30. And sometimes speed really does matter. But here's the part nobody tells you. Money can reward speed, while wealth rewards patience. And if you don't understand the difference, you can spend your entire life making money without ever becoming wealthy. Because the person moving the fastest isn't always the person going the furthest. And we're going to prove it with two people who start with the exact same opportunity. Meet Daniel and Marcus. Both have $50,000. Both find the same type of investment opportunity. Daniel looks at it and thinks, how quickly can I make money from this? Marcus asks a completely different question. What could this become if I owned it for 10 years? Daniel buys. A year later, he sells. He makes $15,000. Not bad. So he does it again. Another deal. Another profit. Then another. Daniel becomes obsessed with speed. He wants his money moving constantly because every time his money comes back with a profit, he feels like he's winning. And technically, he is. But Marcus does something that looks almost boring. He buys one asset and holds it. 1 year passes. Nothing dramatic happens. 2 years. Still nothing exciting. 3 years. Marcus is still holding. Daniel looks at him and thinks, why are you letting your money sit there? And that's where the story gets interesting, because Marcus wasn't letting his money sit there. He was letting time work on it. But what exactly can time do that speed can't? Let's be fair to Daniel. Speed isn't bad. In fact, speed can be incredibly powerful. If you can identify an opportunity quickly, act quickly, solve problems quickly, and move capital efficiently, you can create money faster than someone who waits forever. That's why businesses care about speed. Speed of production, speed of sales, speed of innovation, speed of execution. If two companies have the same product, but one can deliver it faster, the faster company can win. So yes, money loves speed. The faster you can turn an opportunity into cash, the more opportunities you can potentially pursue. But there's a catch, because there's a difference between making money quickly and letting money compound for a long time. And that difference is where most people get confused. Imagine Daniel makes $15,000. Then he takes the $65,000 and moves into another opportunity. He makes another $15,000. Great! But every time he sells, he resets the clock. He has to find another opportunity, analyze another deal, take another risk, pay another cost, start another cycle. And if he makes a mistake, one bad decision can erase several successful ones. Marcus is playing a different game. He's not trying to win every year. He's trying to let years become part of the investment. That's a completely different strategy. Think about a small snowball rolling down a hill. At the beginning, it barely looks different. A few minutes pass, and you're thinking, is this even working? But keep it moving long enough. And the snowball gets larger, then larger, then larger. The most important part isn't what happens during the first few seconds. It's what happens after the snowball has had enough time to build on itself. That's what compounding does. And here's the uncomfortable question. What if your biggest financial advantage isn't how much money you have, but how long you can leave it working? Let's say you invest $10,000. At first, the growth might look almost irrelevant. A little gain here, a little gain there. Nothing life-changing. So you might be tempted to pull the money out and chase something more exciting, but imagine you keep adding to it, and you keep giving it time. Now your returns aren't only growing from the money you originally put in, future returns can build on previous returns. And that's when the math starts becoming interesting. You aren't just making money on your money, you're potentially making money on the money your money already made. That is why time can become a financial weapon. Not because waiting magically makes every investment successful, it doesn't. A bad asset doesn't become good simply because you hold it longer, but a productive asset, given enough time, can potentially become something far larger than it looked at the beginning. And this is exactly why wealthy people don't only ask, what's the return? They also ask, how long can I stay invested? Now let's go back to Daniel and Marcus. Daniel has made more transactions. He's probably learned more lessons. He's moved faster. He might even have made more money during certain years. But Marcus has been building something different. Ownership. And ownership is where the game changes. Because when you own a productive asset, you don't necessarily need to sell it to benefit from it. A business can generate cash. A rental property can generate income. An investment can potentially appreciate. A company you own can grow. And if you keep reinvesting instead of constantly cashing out, the system can become larger. This is the difference between how much money can I make and how much wealth can I build. Those questions sound similar. They aren't. Income is about the money coming in. Wealth is about what remains and what you own. After the money comes in, here's something strange about wealth. The process of building it can be incredibly boring. No Lamborghini, no private jet, no screenshot saying, I made $100,000 this week. Sometimes it's just buy, hold, reinvest, wait, repeat. And that's terrible content for social media because nobody wants to watch a 10-year investment compound. They want to watch someone make $100,000 in 24 hours. But that's exactly why people can develop a distorted view of wealth. They see the result, but not the time. They see the mansion, but not the decades of ownership behind it. They see the billionaire, but not the years that allowed an asset to compound. And suddenly, patience looks like laziness, when sometimes patience is actually the strategy. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, because patience without action is useless. This is where the entire idea comes together. You actually need both. Speed gets you into the game. Patience allows you to stay in the game. You need speed to learn, speed to act, speed to recognize opportunities, speed to build skills, speed to start. But once you've found something genuinely productive, you may need the opposite quality, patience. Because constantly jumping from one opportunity to another can prevent you from ever experiencing the full power of compounding. Think about a farmer. The farmer can plant quickly, he can water quickly, he can prepare the soil quickly, but he cannot yell at the tree, grow faster. At some point, the only thing left to do is let the process work. And money can be strangely similar. You can work harder, you can learn faster, you can invest smarter. But some things simply need time. So remember Daniel and Marcus? Daniel was trying to make his money move. Marcus was trying to make his money multiply. Daniel focused on transactions. Marcus focused on ownership. Daniel wanted the next opportunity. Marcus wanted to give one good opportunity enough time to become something bigger. And that's the lesson. Money loves speed. Speed can help you earn. Speed can help you execute. Speed can help you seize opportunities. But wealth loves time, because time gives productive assets the opportunity to compound. And that changes the question you should be asking. Instead of, how can I make money faster? Sometimes you should ask, what can I own long enough for time to make a difference? Because getting rich isn't always about finding the fastest road. Sometimes it's about finding the right road and refusing to keep turning around. So here's my question for you. If you had $100,000 today, would you rather make $20,000 quickly and move on to the next opportunity? Or put it into something you genuinely believe can grow for 10 years? And be honest, would you choose speed or time? Tell me why in the comments, because I want to know whether you think the fastest person wins or whether the person who can wait the longest eventually does.